Brought to you by Penguin.
Mixtape by Jane Sanderson, read by Candida Gubbins. Chapter 1. Sheffield, 23rd of December 1978. There they go, at the beginning of it all, their younger selves, walking through the dark winter streets of Sheffield. Daniel Lawrence and Alison Connor. He's 18, she's 16. It's Saturday night, and they're heading together to Kev Carter's Christmas party. And nothing much has been said since he met her from the bus. But each is achingly conscious of the other. Her hand in his feels too good to be only a hand. And his presence by her side makes her mouth feel dry, and her heart beat too quickly, too close to the skin. They walk in step with each other along the pavement. There isn't far to go from the bus stop to Kev's house, so it's not long before a throb of music fills the silence between them, and he glances down, just as she looks up, and they smile. And he feels that pulse of pure longing he gets when Alison's eyes alight upon him. And she, well, she can't think when she's ever felt this happy. Kev's front door was wide open to the night, and light and music spilled out onto the weeds and cracked flags of the garden path. Kev was Daniel's friend, not Alison's. They were at different schools. And she hung back a little as he walked in, so that Daniel seemed to be pulling her into the room after him. She enjoyed that feeling of being led into the room by this boy, so that everyone could see that she was his. He was hers. There was Blondie on the tape deck. Picture this, playing too loud so that the bass distorted, vibrated. Alison liked this one, wanted to shed her coat, get a drink, have a dance. But then, almost at once, Daniel let go of her hand to hail Kev across the room, shouting over the music, laughing at something that Kev shouted back. He nodded and said, "All right," to Rob Marsden, and nodded and smiled at Tracy Clark, who grinned back knowingly. She was leaning on the wall, on her own, by the kitchen door, as if she was waiting for a bus. Fag in one hand, a can of Strongbow in the other, dirty blonde hair with Farrah Fawcett flicks, plum lipstick, and kohl-lined eyes that cut a cool, considering gaze at Alison. Tracy took a long drag on her cigarette and sent the smoke out sideways. "You going out with him?" she said, tossing her head in Daniel's direction. Tracy, older and wiser, no longer a virgin schoolgirl, money in her purse and a boyfriend with a car. Alison didn't know this girl, and she blushed, couldn't help herself, and said yes, she was. Daniel was just out of reach now, so Alison just stared hard at the back of his dark head and willed him to turn around. Tracy raised one eyebrow and smirked. Smoke hung in the air between them. Alison's shoes were killing her. "You want to watch him," Tracy said. "He's in demand." There was a beat of silence when Alison didn't reply. Then Tracy shrugged and said, "Drinks in there." She meant the kitchen behind her, and through the open door ahead, Alison saw a great crush of people around a green formica table and a mess of bottles and crisps and plastic cups. She slid away from the vaguely malevolent attentions of Tracy and pushed her way in, thinking Daniel could have got her a drink. Should have got her a drink. But look, he'd been commandeered by all these people that he knew and she didn't. Now, Jilted John was on the mixtape, so suddenly people were singing, but nobody was dancing. And behind Alison there were even more people pressing into the tiny room. She didn't recognize a soul, although there must be somebody she knew here, because the place was packed out. She edged through to the table of booze.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?